Well, good evening, Milestones. Thanks so much for joining me tonight, and have a couple special announcements I want to share with you. One, coming up on Sunday, we're starting a new series, and we're going to be looking at a season of hope. Not a season of fear, but a season of hope. And so we're going to be going through the book of 1 Peter. And so feel free to read ahead of time as we dive into that book and study through it. And I believe you'll be really encouraged by what Peter has written in that. And it'd be great for all of us just to dive in and study through that. And so that's what's going on Sunday. Now, for a church, one of the things I've been looking to do for the month of December is to do a contest. Maybe it's not a contest. Maybe instead it's just a giveaway. How's that? Here's what we want to do. I would like for us every week to connect through our social media network, our channels, to be able to just stay connected, to say hi to each other in different ways and see what's going on in each other's lives. And so in order to help prime that pump or push that a little bit, I'm offering up a $50 gift certificate or gift card for one of the three places that I'm choosing: a pizza place, a Pancheros, or Panera Bread, for the winner of each week's contest. So I'll pick a random winner. It won't be, it's not the best of or whatever. It's just random, just because we want to have fun and we're looking to connect, and I just want it to be a giveaway, not something you technically, you're the best at or whatever. And we just want to be a blessing, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. So let me explain a little bit further. There's the draw, the gift card, and I would like to, if I can, I will personally deliver that to you, and I know that makes it even better, right? So what we want to do is have a contest each week for 3 weeks leading up to Christmas. And so we want to do creative things just to have some fun, to laugh, and to see what's going on with each other. So the first thing is creative Christmas lights. It must be lights. Something Christmassy that has lights in it, and something that's creative. It could be in your house. It could be outside of your house, but it cannot be your neighbor's house. It has to be something that you're creating or you have created. It could be something really cool looking, or it could be something silly. Whatever it is, feel free to post as many as you want in a reasonable setting, but I'll only take, once your name's up there once, I'll just take that as one submission. But feel free to flood our Facebook channels there, our page and stuff, with your pictures to be able to have some fun together. And feel free to comment on each other's pictures as well, because it'll just be fun. And so that's this coming week. That starts tonight, and it goes through till next Wednesday. And next Wednesday night, then I'll pick a winner and then deliver that. You can choose Pizza, Panch, or Panera. And I'll deliver that, or if I can't, I'll have somebody else get that over to you, or you can come pick it up at church, whatever you want. But we want to have some fun with that. And so that's week one. So that you can be prepared, I want you to know all 3 weeks what they are, and that way you can get your creative juices flowing in your brain and be able to have some fun with it. Week 2 is a creative Christmas dessert. Creative Christmas dessert. Now this, I want to limit this to cookies or gingerbread. It could be a gingerbread house, gingerbread cookies, whatever, but cookies or gingerbread, and I want it to be something really creative and really fun. And so that's what we're looking to do for week number 2, and take pictures of that and have some fun. So that'll take some thinking and preparing and getting the things you need for that. So that's week 2. And then week 3 is creative Christmas photo or video. Creative Christmas photo or video. Maybe it's your family in Christmas pajamas, or maybe it's your family in ugly Christmas sweaters, or maybe it's your family singing a Christmas song, or maybe it's your a creative way for you to say Merry Christmas, or your family or whoever to say Merry Christmas, or something like that. And I could even see Stephanie and Helga from Germany doing something along that line. But anyway, that's just to throw it out there. So just some creative Christmas photo or video. So you have to wait till that week to post for that to be able to enter. And so that's week 1, week 2, and week 3. So week 1, which is starting tonight, Christmas lights from tonight till next Wednesday. And then week 2, starting next Wednesday, is creative Christmas dessert, gingerbread cookies or just cookies. And then the week 3 starts the following Wednesday through through Christmas Day, creative Christmas photo or video. And so that's what's going on there. And so we're looking forward to doing that. So let me just talk about the first thing, the creative Christmas lights. Why do we do lights? Have you ever wondered that? This is a tradition that really goes back for a long time. And it used to be before electric, you had candles, and the Christmas tree is something that really dates back a couple hundred years. And there's some history behind that goes past Christianity, and that's a whole nother story. But then when the tree became a Christian, like a Christmas tradition, they put some lights on there, started out with candles until they burnt their houses down. That didn't work out so well. And then they put electric lights on there, and then that burnt houses down, and then they perfected that, got it better. But anyway, we have lights, and that's kind of been the thing that's been going on for quite a while. And I think lights really are symbolic of just hope. And it's creativity. When you see lights decorating something, it makes it so much better. Like the tree behind me. Appreciate those that put a lot of time and energy into making the auditorium look awesome, and it really does. And so the tree behind me has lights on it, and it looks really awesome. If it was just an evergreen tree, you'd look and say, that's just an evergreen tree. But when you put lights on it and decorate it up and the ribbon that's on there and stuff, it makes it look that much better. Very special. When you go back to the Christmas story, the origin of Christmas, when you go back and remember what happened, in Matthew chapter 2, one of the interesting parts of this story is these wise men that came looking for this special person. These wise men came, and in Matthew chapter 2, there they come, and they're looking for this special person, and it says this person who's going to be born King of the Jews. Now, we would look and say the wise men from the East, they're not Jewish people, and they're not looking for Judaism and anything like that, so there's nothing that they're looking at that would be personal in nature to who they are. But for some reason, they are that convinced that the King of the Jews is going to happen because of the star and the placement of it around Jerusalem and Judea. And so because of that, they would say this person is going to be the King of the Jews, because of the specific nature of the star, where it is, and it's kind of a lower star is how they would see it. And so they're going and they're seeing this, and astrology and looking at the stars was something that would be a normal thing for them to do. And so they're looking at this star in a very symbolic way of it's kind of coronating the King of the Jews. And so they're coming to Herod, who's the king there, and Herod does not take this so well. But they're coming because of the star. They saw this star. And it's fascinating to see how they go about this conversation with Herod, and they say, hey, tell us where this is going to be. And Herod goes and gets the other guys and says, well, it's the Hebrew scriptures say this is going to be in Bethlehem of Judea. And because it's written in verse 6, it says, and you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. And so there everyone would understand that this is the place for the King of the Jews to be born, and this is where, more specifically, the Messiah will be born. And so Herod sends them away and says, hey, listen, when you find this special person, I'd like to worship him too. So come back and let me know where this special person is. And as they go, God appears to them and lets them know that in a dream that they should not be going back to Herod. Now, as they go, though, they're following this star. And the coming verses, verse 9 and 10 and 11, it's talking about when they saw the star, in verse 10, they rejoiced exceedingly. They got thrilled again with this star. They're seeing it. They see where it should be, and they're following this star all the way in. And going into the house, they saw the child then, where the star was kind of over top of this place where they were staying. And some would even say that the star had been there for a while, and they had been following from afar, from the east, and they didn't have an airplane or cars and stuff like that to be able to travel fast. So they're traveling for a while, and the star is kind of hanging there and just symbolizing this moment. And some would even say that the shepherds, that as the glory of the Lord that shone there and this bright star was shining, would say that this bright light was from this star as well. Now that's kind of speculation. Can't totally prove that, but it's an interesting thought that they had. So anyway, they're following the star, and this star leads them to Jesus. And here's my point. My point is this, that the star, the light, is what drew them to Jesus. In a couple chapters later in the book of Matthew, Jesus, a grown man, preaches his first message, and in his first message he says this. He says to his followers, "You are the light. You are the light. You're the light of the world." And here's what the light is intended to do. The light is intended to bring people to Jesus, just like the star brought the wise men from the east all the way over to Jesus in this tiny little place. In the same way, we are to be the light that draws people to Jesus. So my question is, what are you doing with your light? You know, we decorate our homes for Christmas. We decorate the outside or the inside, and we see these decorations. We'll drive and go and see these awesome decorations at people's houses where they go way above and beyond. And you say, wow, this is so awesome, this light show. Listen, as Christians, we should be that light show that draws people to Jesus, that draws people to the grace and mercy and love that Jesus has for the world. And so, my question is, what are you doing with your light? Jesus says, don't hide it under a bushel, but let it shine for all to see. We're the light of the world. We're the ones that actually are bringing hope to the world through Jesus Christ, and by bringing them to him. And so, church, let me just encourage you that during this Christmas time, while we put up our lights, would it remind you then of the light that you're called to be as a follower of Jesus Christ? This week, as we do different pictures of different people's homes, each one, I hope that it reminds you, listen, you're the light as well. To your neighbors, to your coworkers, to your relatives, how you handle this pandemic, how you handle what's going on all around you, shows you and shows them Jesus in you. And it should be that we are the light, we are the salt of the earth, and so we should make sure that that's where we are and stay focused in on that. And so this week, I hope that you're encouraged by that. I hope you'll stay focused as a result of seeing the light that God's called us to be and the light that we get to see around our community. And so time starts now for this week, for this little, I'm going to call it the Holiday Connection Giveaway. Because we want to be connected this way and give things away just as a fun way of doing this. But it's also a reminder that we are called to be the light. So go ahead and post your pictures and remind each other through the pictures that we're taking to be the light in our community, in our home, and all throughout the places that we go. Hey, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Have a great rest of the week. Take care.